Yo,
How are you, man?
good man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Amazing. Where are you joining us from? Is this like your studio?
Yeah, this is my studio in Mexico City. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, how often are you in there? Are you like constantly creating, or
Yeah, like almost like pretty much every day. Yeah. Creating
really?
stuff or yeah, doing sometimes just gaming, but yeah, usually music.
Oh, big gamer.
Yeah, usually like when I have free time, just casual gaming, why not? Like I got my PC here, so fun times.
That's awesome, man. Have you always been?
Yeah.
I feel like gaming is bigger than it's ever been. Have you always been into video games?
I've always been into them. I've had like period of times like I've literally had no time to really game because I've been like touring and stuff. Once
Oh
I
yeah.
brought my PlayStation 3 though on tour. That was crazy. But but yeah, I've always been a big fan of gaming.
That's awesome. You seem to be a
Yeah.
guy that like really took to many things in life. I mean, it's like the cool buzz term is like multi hyphenate when you do multiple things now. You're like a multi hyphenate. What was your? I'll get to the fan question in a second, but I'm just curious. What was like your first love in terms of the arts or just you know pursuits of yours?
Well, I've always like since I have memory, I used to sing when I was a kid, just because I loved it. It was kind of like natural to me to do it, even though I was really shy. So I used to do it just for myself. Like really,
Yeah.
none. It was none of the like I know other artists were like, yeah, I'll do a show at home and bring everybody. I was not that kind of guy. But yeah, I kind of got the courage when I grew up and I got into it a lot.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
you've obviously got very passionate fans. You were talking about it on your Instagram, but for anyone who's watching this that doesn't know, basically your fans got so loud about you on MTV, and they wanted us to link up on IG here, and you answer their fan questions. So it's always cool. It's always exciting when somebody is able to inspire that level of passion in fans. And you
Oh
seem
yeah,
to
they're
have.
amazing, man. Like I'm really grateful about the all the fans that I have. Like they're really loving and so cool. It's like a family, literally. Like a lot of them
Yeah.
tell me, like, "Hey, I found my best friends in the fandom," and I'm like, "Wow, that's awesome. It's
Isn't that
beautiful."
crazy? I mean, that's
Yeah.
got to be, it's cool to get to do all the exciting stuff, but I
Hmm.
find like even that's probably the most rewarding is to think that
Yeah, it's
like you're
crazy.
bringing human beings together through your job.
Totally. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. All right, let's get to some of these fans. This comes from at underscore multi FX Dom underscore. When do you these usernames? I'm just sound like a doofus. When do you plan on releasing new music videos? And will your next big project be music or acting related?
It'll be music first. It's been a while since the last released with yeah, it was his last time we released a song. And that's well, first of all, it was on purpose because we wanted to take a new direction in music and really tease something new and then pandemic, like everybody, I guess, like
Yeah.
everyone's on the same page on that part. Uh so it's been a while, but we've been like trying to get like a big lineup of new things coming.
Totally.
So probably within the next month, probably like
Okay.
for sure they'll have something. So we're trying to like figure out the whole strategy. There's a whole like a lot of thing behind it. Like if it was me, I would just release everything now.
Oh, of course.
But there's a
That's like the
whole
hardest
there's a
part,
whole
right?
I know, yeah. I feel and I keep telling the fans like they're like super nervous and anxious and I'm like, believe me, I'm way more anxious than you guys are. I just want everything out now. But I
Of
mean, yeah,
course.
there's a whole plan, so I don't want to mess that up.
Right on. You think before your
Yeah.
birthday it'll be out? Whatever it
Yeah, for
is?
sure. Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
cool.
It's on December 19th, so definitely before that.
Okay. That's a landmark for the fans to look for.
Yeah.
Um, all right, cool. At J Blanco, Mexico, if you could live in one of your music videos for a day, which video would you live in?
That's a good question.
The creative question.
Um, hmm Either, but I think the mix between summer soul, that vibe of being in the summer with your friends and just having fun, enjoying life, and risky business, because that's like my two worlds. The personal, just have fun and be with your people
Right.
vibe, and then the being on stage all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like those two vibes are like my best case scenario.
Yeah. Best of both worlds for sure. Um, at
Yeah.
at Dell underscore DJB, is there any possibility of having a virtual concert once new music is released. We see like more and more artists doing this. It is like quite the undertaking though. It's tough to do, but is this something you've thought about?
Hmm. Definitely. I think there's a couple times we've had to, hold on to things like, or like we've got some offers from some promoters like, hey, let's do this. And we're like, okay, let's do it when the new music is out. So it's like a big thing and it has a good follow up. So we're definitely thinking
Right.
about doing that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's an entirely new world we're entering into. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
virtual concerts. Who would have ever thought?
Yeah. It's
Um,
crazy.
at a how do I say this? Horista?
Yep.
Um,
Jorgista. Mhm.
what is one goal you have for the new era? You probably
Ooh.
have many goals, but is there one prevailing one?
Uh, I mean, if I want to go to something more specific on the acting side, probably like my new goal is try to challenge myself more on a different kind of character. Because I think most of the things I've done before are more of like a typical teen, young adult kid who likes to sing, blah, blah, blah. Like I've done a lot of those.
Yeah.
So probably I would like to do something crazier soon, like something more challenging, something that I can probably be like, let myself fail big time. One of those times you're like, okay, this is
Right.
a challenge and I might screw it up, but let's go for it. Like I would like to really be challenged on that part. That would
And
be
don't you
fun.
think that's so important? As you go on throughout your career, you become more successful. You get almost conditioned to like success and winning, and
Hmm.
and like the absence of failure. I think it's good sometimes to almost like shock the system and not set
Oh
yourself
yeah.
up for failure, but you know what I mean. Give yourself the opportunity to fail, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
totally. Yeah. That's it's one of those times you're looking like through like changing channels and see someone having a quote and you're like, oh my god, yes. And I think I saw Hugh Jackman talking about like it was one of those like 60 Minutes with one of those shows or something, and
Yeah,
he said that he's like, it's beautiful as an actor to really suck at something. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I think that's a fun idea to have, like something so challenging you might really fail, but it's awesome because then maybe next time, or maybe you're lucky enough not to fail, but
right.
next time you'll nail it because you failed the first time.
Is there like to be more specific? Is there like a type of role that you feel would be incredibly challenging for you, or in terms of just something so different than the roles that you have portrayed in the past?
It's hard. I mean, it's a weird feeling to know which one's really going to be hard or not.
Yeah,
It's just like I think the fact of doing something totally opposite of what I would be or what I am, it's already going to be a
yeah,
challenge. So I don't know. Well,
yeah.
I would love to figure that out.
We look forward to it, man. At Carla X Pravat, what do you miss most about filming Violetta, and would you like to play Leon again?
I think what I miss the most, and I always said this, is the people. I think
Yeah,
we created this really cool family. I mean, after more than 4 years working together, seeing each other's faces every day, I mean, you end up getting like a really, really close to that people, and that would be one of the coolest things if I ever get to play that part again. Be able to be with my friends again.
totally. Almost like
Yeah.
growing up. It's like almost like
Oh yeah.
childhood friends in a way, or college friends
Totally.
in a way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, this is a good question. Probably a popular one. Blanco underscore 19 Jorge. Do you have any plans to release new merch?
Yeah. Like the idea is for us to like have the whole package together. New music, new merch, probably come up with something, maybe a live concert from home, like we said before. So yeah, like they just have everything. We're building up as well, like the web page to have the web page like fully ready for everybody. So yeah,
That's awesome. It's gonna be like a full
yeah,
package for the fans.
exactly.
360 degrees. All right, there are so many questions. Let's get to this one from Pamela Lopez 5419. If you could collaborate with any international artists, who would it be? Do any come to
Mm.
mind?
There's one I've been mentioning recently, because as a whole, as a producer, as an artist, I look up to him a lot because he does really cool stuff. Pharrell Williams would be really, really cool. You
Yeah,
know
man.
that, that funk he has.
Yeah.
I'm all into that funk and soul. I love that.
And somebody that just, I mean, even going back to when he was in the Neptunes, right? like
Oh
just
yeah.
somebody who's worked with everybody, you know,
Yeah, with
pop, hip hop.
JT and yeah.
Yeah, forget about it, dude. That'd be really
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, I
And he
love that.
hasn't really linked up with a lot of like international acts, so
Yeah, I
that'd be
think he
really cool.
the only one like the only probably Latin artist he collaborated with, I think it was J Balvin once.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
did they did one song and it was really dope. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I love that. All right, what do we have here? Let's see. Leonetta at Leonetta.inlove. What have you been up to, or what have you been doing during quarantine?
Well, mostly music. Been playing around more with production, trying to get more into it. You know, being able to produce myself. I mean, I'm still like learning a lot, but I would love to get to that point where I'm like, okay, this is a song. Help me just tweak it and make it sound like perfect. But mainly that. I've been reading more, meditating more, which is good, and gaming a bit more now that I got my PC. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Was meditation tough? Because I know some people it's the benefits are immense, but sometimes it's
Mhm.
tough to really like learn how to do it. You'd think it'd be easy, but was it easy for you?
In a way, yeah, because I think one of the main things with meditation, if you're willing to do it, that's the first step to everything. You know, if you're forced to do it, you're really not going to enjoy it, and you know your head is going to be all over the place. But it's easy and not because of the same reason. Like you're never going to have like you're not gonna have always the perfect meditation. You can't feel like, okay, today I'm gonna feel like the
Yeah,
center of the universe. No, you can't think it like that way. Like you have to. It gets easy when you really let yourself go and be like, I'll just let it be, you know, and whatever it is, it is. If I'm like really distracted today, uh, yeah, I think that's the easiest way to do it. Just let yourself be, and it might be like a weird meditation day, whatever. Tomorrow
yeah,
might be better, you know.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard just like you know, I mean, for an artist like you too that has to juggle so much, that's just got to be like the best like reset button there
Oh
is.
yeah, mental health is and spiritual and mental health is the best. You
Oh
got to
yeah,
be good here, so everything else, like the body and everything else, is right.
totally.
So,
And it's so
yeah,
tough because it's sort of like invisible health. You know what I mean? Where
yeah,
like you know if something's wrong with your body or physically, like you can kind of tell, and we all go to the doctor. But it's really
mm,
like you said, it's really important that that's in check, and
yeah.
that's
And no
good.
one teaches us that. And it's probably the most important one.
Isn't
It's
that
crazy.
crazy? We were just talking. I forget if it was with an artist or just on live in general the other day about the things that school does teach you versus what they don't teach you. You know what I mean? It's like
Man, they should definitely teach mental health and economy for sure.
yes,
Once we get that, we're
yeah,
good.
yeah, absolutely. Algebra, maybe that can wait, but those two things,
Yeah,
man.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
crazy. Um, okay, this comes from at Meme Horito. If you could play a role in any movie, what movie would you want to be in? So I think what they're asking is maybe like a classic movie or you know an existing movie. Um, you know, dream scenario. Is there a movie you would have loved to star in?
If I mean, trying to think about the mix between what we just said about being challenged as an
Yeah,
actor and doing something crazy, I would love to do something, you know, totally different, something similar to what Joaquin Phoenix did. Like some part like of that weird craziness like he did with the Joker, something like that. Like
yeah.
something like that needs like a total research behind it and make me, you know, go deep on something and be like, okay, this is nuts. But let's try it out. Like I would love a part like that.
He is so incredible when you really think about
Oh
it, and I
man.
mean, it's almost like a Daniel Day Lewis level actor of like you know
Yeah.
you forget it's
Yeah.
him almost. He did this
Mm-hmm.
documentary or a mockumentary, whatever you would call it, called "Still Here" or "I'm Still Here," maybe 10 years ago. Joaquin did, where he like
Uh-huh.
basically like pretended he was like going crazy, but like in real life. So it's really fascinating. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out.
Yeah, I'll check
But
it out.
you know, like deconstructed the idea of celebrity and you know a public and it's really interesting, but yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more here, really quick. Okay, at pretty underscore Camilla, what sparked your music career, and do you have a musical inspiration?
Well, like we said before, the music career kind of like just it was there.
Yeah.
always. You know, it was never like because me being shy, it was never a thing like I'll be this. It was there, you know, between my subconscious, like it just kind of happened. It was kind of meant to be for me.
Right.
And one of my musical inspirations, and I've always said it because he kind of has like a whole in terms of as an artist and actor and music producing everything. But I look up to Justin Timberlake. I think he's like goals, man. Yeah.
Totally. And you talk
Hmm.
about Pharrell. I mean,
Yeah,
like Justin's
exactly.
whole solo first album is like the Neptune.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
totally. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Um, and also like a pretty good actor. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Justin Timberlake.
Hmm.
You know, did his thing
Yeah.
there for a minute. Um, okay, and then here, this is a great question to end on. At Blanco's Lux, could you give us a little sneak peek or spoiler of one of your new songs? And of course, you don't want to spoil anything, but is there anything you can
Ooh.
tell us, so like a hint or maybe an Easter egg that the fans watching now, when it comes out, they go, "Oh, that's what he was talking about."
That might be a good idea. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. I
Yeah,
might have something around to give them like a little intro of something
yeah.
coming soon. Let me see. Uh hold on. It's loading. Okay, let's see. Okay, here it goes. Come on, play. That's it.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Dude, I love that sound, man.
Yeah, it has like there's some funk on this new stuff. I like it.
That's very cool. So this is one of those songs we're gonna hear in the near future, the very near future.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Thanks for playing that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was like when you said that, I'm like, okay, I'll give him something. I think of all the new songs, I've never given like the actual track, so this is the first time I'm actually giving that.
Oh,
So
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
yeah.
That's awesome. The fans are already going crazy. I'm looking at the comments. Well, dude, we really appreciate you hopping on IG Live on a Friday, and I hope to see you more on MTV. And
Yeah,
definitely keep
thanks.
me updated, dude, on when the music's dropping and all that, because we'd love to be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll shoot you up some what's coming, man. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. All right, awesome, man. Talk to you soon, Jorge. Nice meeting
Yeah,
you,
man.
man.
Have a good day. Same.